Hey guys, it's Jessie V. So today is going to be a very different video from what I usually do, but I thought it was kind of important to talk about. We are going to be discussing periods today, and I actually did a video like this 2 years ago where I talked about the first time I ever got my period. It was kind of a funny story time that you guys loved, but I thought today I would give you some sort of tips and tricks to get through your period because I know a lot of you are younger viewers who are maybe expecting to get your period soon, or maybe you've gotten it recently, and I just wanted to kind of give you advice. Just think of me as like an older sister, or maybe like a best friend, because I've had my period for many years. I feel like an old person saying that. But I basically know a lot of sort of, I guess, hacks to get through it. So if you find this sort of content uncomfortable, you definitely don't have to continue watching. If you're a guy and you're completely weirded out, I am sorry, but I mean, if you want to stick around to learn stuff, totally do it. It's all up to you, but this is just a warning. This video is gonna be about periods, although you probably would have seen by the title. Obviously. So before I get too much into it, I just wanted to say that today's video is sponsored by the Clue app. And this app perfectly fits the theme of this video because it is a menstrual cycle tracking app. And I've actually been using this app for quite a while now. I think since last summer, maybe even before then. So this is not something new that I'm just starting to use. I've had experience using this app and it's really helped me a lot. It basically helps you predict when you're gonna get your next period, PMS, and when you're most and least likely to get pregnant. And basically the more information you track, like your mood, your physical activity, the pain you're having, the more accurate Clue's predictions become. So after you've been using this app for a couple months, it'll literally know you inside and out. Like, you can rely on this app 100%. It has not let me down yet. It also has a really clean design and is very easy to use. It's not complicated at all. Just one thing to remember is make sure you actually sign up with an account on this app just so all of your information is backed up. So just in case anything happens to your phone or anything gets deleted, your information will never get lost. So what's exciting is that Clue actually has a new feature, which is smart pill tracking. So I know my younger viewers are probably not going to be on birth control, but I do have a few older viewers, maybe in high school or in college or older, who are on birth control, and a lot of the time it's really easy to forget to take your pill. So you can actually set a pill reminder on this app, and if you do accidentally miss a pill, Clue will give you the information on what to do in that situation. And let's say you're trying to find a birth control that is right for you, because I know different pills make people feel certain ways. You can track on Clue how it makes you feel, which can help you decide if you want to stay on it or not. So if you guys want to download Clue, I will put a link down below. You can download it on iOS or Android. It's extremely helpful and I completely recommend it. It is definitely a period hack because it just helps you out so much. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about my period experiences and sort of what helps me get through it. I did a story time on this before, so I'm not going to kind of get into it too much, but I got my period in grade 7. One day I came home from school and I went to the washroom and realized there was tons of blood in my underwear, and I called my mom and I was like, what is happening to me? What is going on? And she basically told me that I got my period and to just go get a pad from her washroom and that everything would be okay. And I remember that the first few years having my period, I would have horrible cramps all the time and my period would be super heavy, and there were a few things that always got me through it, so I'm going to share that with you guys. This may sound weird, but there is a pressure point in your hand. It's right here on your palm, sort of underneath your thumb, and if you press on it in a circular motion like this, it actually helps so much with period cramps. And although it doesn't take the cramps away completely, it definitely does ease them up a bit. So if you're in a public setting and you don't have any Advil or anything else to help, definitely try this. It helps. But let's say you are home and you're able to lie down when you have cramps. What I find usually helps is a hot water bottle or a heating pad. Either one of those two always makes me feel better. Something about having cramps and applying heat instantly makes the pain go away, because apparently just applying heat to your abdomen, it gets the blood flowing, and scientists actually say that it has the same effect as painkillers. There's actually a fact that I'm reading right here. It says researchers at University College London found that using a hot water bottle while relaxing actually blocks the pain messages that are being rapidly sent to your brain. The next thing that my mom always tells me to do is to eat dark chocolate. And I know this sounds weird, but first of all, it's an excuse to have chocolate, okay? So why even complain there? But basically, when you're on your period, you're losing a lot of magnesium. So dark chocolate actually helps regain that nutrient back into your body. Just make sure you get more of the natural dark chocolate rather than one of those candy bars that are like near the cash register at grocery stores. You don't want something that's packed with like unnecessary caffeine and sugar. Another thing that I'm sure you guys have noticed is that when you're on your period, you get very bloated. So what always helps, and this should be very, very obvious to you guys, but drink loads and loads of water. Stay hydrated. Honestly, all the water you drink will seriously reduce your bloated stomach, I promise. Another thing I heard a couple years ago is that yoga really helps when you're on your period. And I heard this and I was like, why would I want to do yoga when I'm feeling so like gross? Like that's the last thing I would want to do on my period. But apparently it really, really helps with easing up the cramps and the back pain, and it just makes you feel more energized. So I tried it one day, and for like the whole hour I was doing it, I completely forgot that I was on my period. Something that my mom swears by is using lavender. I mean, she uses this stuff all the time. Basically, putting lavender oil on your pillow before you sleep just helps you sleep like a baby. It just puts you right out. So when you're in pain and you're not feeling well on your period and you just can't get to sleep, definitely try that method. You don't want to like drown your pillow in lavender, but if you put a couple drops on there, it really helps you fall asleep. Even if you're not on your period and you just find that you have difficulty sleeping, if you have an insomnia or something, lavender really does help. If you can't get your hands on it in oil form, you can use a candle, incense. It's just a really relaxing smell that helps get rid of the discomfort you're having. Something that I never have an issue with is staying away from caffeine when you're on your period, because I don't drink coffee. I really don't. I've never liked the taste of it to begin with. But coffee is said to make your PMS symptoms so much worse, and a lot of people don't know this because it's linked to elevating the estrogen levels in your body, which is not good. It's not good on your period. You'll just get more headaches and get more cramps, so just try and avoid it the best that you can. Also, I forgot to add on to the whole bloating thing, so drinking water helps getting rid of the bloating. Also, staying away from salt helps as well, because salt really makes you bloat. So if you're trying to avoid, you know, that really heavy bloated feeling in your stomach, try and stay away from all the salty foods. No french fries for you. Moving on to something a little bit different, how to get rid of period stains, because I know everybody's probably had them before. I know I had a really embarrassing period story, which I have mentioned. I don't know, I think I did a story time on it before. But one day I went to work. I was working at Michael's craft store and I had on light beige pants because that was our uniform. I had no idea that the whole day I was walking around with a giant blood stain on my butt, and when I got home I saw it and I was horrified and instantly had to figure out how to get out the stain, because blood stains are very difficult to get rid of. But basically, hydrogen peroxide and water helps get rid of it so quickly. Just take a little cup, put some cold water in it, put some hydrogen peroxide, pour it over the stain, let it soak for a little bit, and then put it into your laundry machine. There are many other methods to get rid of those stains, but that's just the one that's kind of helped me. There are also other pressure points that I forgot to mention before when I was talking about the one in your hand, but there's actually pressure points on your feet that help get rid of all the cramping from your period. I'll show some pictures, but there's one right above your ankle and one kind of right underneath your big toe. And if you press down with sort of medium pressure between 1 to 3 minutes, your cramping will significantly be relieved. I know I'm kind of just throwing all these hacks at you guys, like they're not in any particular order, they're just like what's coming to mind. Another one that I thought of is if you have a really heavy flow and nighttime is really hard for you because you stain your bed quite a bit, a good idea is to keep a couple towels that you use when you're only on your period and you put them over your sheets, and that way if you stain the towel it really doesn't matter because that's the only purpose you're using it for. And also if you have like a darker towel, like if it's like a black or like a really dark color, it's not gonna matter anyways, and then you just wash it and reuse it the next month. I also have some friends that like to wear bikini bottoms while they're on their period, just in case they leak or anything. It's a quick cleanup, they're not ruining any of their underwear. I've never done that personally. I just make sure not to wear my favorite underwear when I'm on my period. I wear like older ones or darker colors or just stuff I don't really care about too much. Also, hopefully this never happens to you, but if you're ever out somewhere and you get your period and you don't have a tampon or you don't have a pad with you, there are things you can do temporarily to help with that situation. Like I know a lot of people will roll up just a bunch of toilet paper and put it on your underwear, and that'll help you for maybe up to an hour. It really depends on how heavy your flow is, but it should give you at least enough time to get home from wherever you are. I've also heard of people going to first aid kits, like if they're at work, a lot of offices have first aid kits there, or if you go to like a school nurse, they'll usually have first aid kits, and the gauze in the first aid kit is really really great if you have to like make your own temporary pad. But the thing is, you can usually ask one of your friends or another girl in your class, or even like a school nurse should have pads or tampons. You should never feel embarrassed about asking about that because it's life, it's natural, everyone goes through it. It's really not embarrassing. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. I know it was super different and more like of a serious video, and I kind of just wanted to tell you guys what helps me because I never talk about this stuff and I really want to because I know most of my audience is female and you know, it's a natural thing. So yeah, hopefully this helped a bit. If there's stuff that I didn't mention that really seems to help you when you're on your period, definitely comment it down below because it really does help other people. And yeah, if you're kind of interested in me doing more advice videos on stuff like this, let me know as well because I'm definitely open to it. I'm open to doing anything for you guys. But yeah, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day and until next time, bye!